think we'll have to look at a much broader balance sheet. So that's my initial reaction, which is, yes, I'm grateful for the 1992 Constitution. I know it has its own challenges. I know others have pointed to certain things that can be strengthened about not just even the design, but how we put into practice some of those constitutional provisions. But beyond that, then comes the question of, after 30 years of its operation, what has it been delivering? And how do we look at the broader balance sheet in terms of not just whether democracy has been good for us, but as I rephrased the question after the president's short reflection, how good has it been for us?
Okay. When at the CDD you say that democracy is not delivering its dividends to the people, what do you mean? And how do you situate that within this statement that democracy has been good for Ghana?
So, you know, I never make my submissions without turning our attention to data from the Afrobarometer survey, because I think it's the most authoritative and most comprehensive survey that captures the voice of the people. Their tagline is, let the people have their say. So when, you know, as I've been reflecting over this question of the dividends of democracy, I classify the delivery of the dividends into three main categories, right? That democracy is a means to an end, and it has to deliver what I call political goods. It has to deliver certain social goods, and it also has to deliver certain economic goods as well. So if you look at Afrobarometer, there are certain questions around certain basic freedoms. Freedom to say what you think, who to choose, who to vote for, freedom to join any organization. On that score, over 8 rounds of the survey, the people's verdict is that we are delivering, right? Yes, there's been some challenges sometimes in terms of the consequences of having expressed some of those freedoms, whether it's within the media space or things that people have said in public discourse. But generally, if you look at those political goods, almost about 7 out of 10 Ghanaians would say that democracy has been good for us in those basic freedoms. But then on the question of equality, how people are treated is one of the things that I look at as a subset of those political goods. And there, on average, no more than 3 out of 10 Ghanaians would agree that people are never treated unequal. So whilst we are delivering on certain basic freedoms, there are questions about the equal treatment of individuals under the Constitution. If you move to what I classify as social goods, so Afrobarometer asks things about how well is government handling things like reducing crime, improving basic health services, education, household water, infrastructure. So there you would see that the government over the 8 rounds